All right. Okay, it's me again. Welcome back. Hope your day has been day, night, morning. I don't know. Hope it's been good. All right. So, yeah, I think I left off with telling y'all my last post kind of hit on some depressing parts that I was going through in my life. And I was telling you the stages of grief. Yes, that's where I was. And I reminded you that if you are struggling with depression, that I had links in the description for you to seek help. So not only do you need to seek help with depression, why not seek help before you get depressed, before you get mad? And if you waited too late and you are mad, seek help. Do it for preventative measures. Yeah. Preventative measures. Go on and get the counseling. It's nothing wrong with it. And especially in our community, when I say our, I'm talking about black people. I'm just keeping it real. We don't like counseling. You think if you go to counseling, that means that you're crazy. No, but you will be crazy if you don't go. So, excuse me for using the word. You know what? You got to be so careful with all the words. So maybe I shouldn't say crazy. But, yeah. Go get help. It's okay. So, this article is called 5 and then another thing, y'all. We all about God, right? So find you, there are biblical counselors out there. If you want a Bible-based counselor, go find one. You got God and counseling. That's what I did. All right. And let me give y'all a brief little something behind that counseling story, okay? Because it's really strange. And I say strange, but I don't really believe in like coincidences. So when I was looking for a counselor, I wanted someone that I could relate to. We could relate to. Meaning culturally. So they understand this is our culture, this is what we do. It ain't, hey, that's just, what I needed. All right. So I go on there and I look for counselors. And the first counselor that pops up was like a New Thing Ministry. And prior to New Thing Ministry, I had read Mason Bethel. Y'all know Mace from back in the day. I read his book when he was preaching. And his book kept referencing that scripture in Isaiah. I ain't want to know the scriptures. I can't quote scripture straight off my head. But it was Isaiah, a new thing. So I remember that. So anyway, a new thing. So that stuck with me. Because I just pay attention to things. And I just believe God sends little confirmations along the way. So I'm like, a new thing. I kept reading that with Mason. It just kept, Mason book, and it just kept popping up. Now here is a new thing popping up on the internet. So let me click on it. When I click on it, it shows the lady's picture. Oh, okay. And then the lady graduated from our college. She graduated from Alabama State University. So all of that was like, okay, all right, God, got you. And I called her, and that's where I went. So, with that said, the next article is 5 satisfying ways spiritual or biblical counseling helps marriages succeed. All right, at some point in our lives, we must study to show ourselves approved. We are taught as early as pre-K the importance of studying. We eventually learn that in order to be successful at most endeavors, we must study to pass the test. However, even after passing the test, it is essential we continue our growth through professional development. Professional development is necessary to prevent the stagnation of our careers. With that in mind, what makes us think the most significant endeavor of all, marriage, doesn't require development? We often enter at our own risk and attempt to maneuver our marriage through trial and error. However, there are spiritual resources available that can help us to navigate and strengthen our bond. It's time to correct that way of thinking and nurture the most sacred union of all. We could start by giving our spouses the same attention we give our career. Give your spouse the same attention you give your career. If we don't do something correctly at work, we learn the correct way and adjust it, or we get fired. If we continue to make the same mistakes, we will eventually be reprimanded. See, I told y'all. If we make a mistake within our marriage, we must learn what caused the problem, or our unions will begin to sever. There's a way to begin to learn our spouses and preserve the relationship we have worked so hard to build. Here are 5 tried and true benefits of spiritual, or biblical, shall I say, counseling. All right, you create a relationship with God. If you feel like you don't need God now, I promise your spouse will do something that leads you to Him. Yeah, they're going to do that. Your spouse is not perfect. He or she will make mistakes. Your relationship with God will give you comfort, guidance, peace, and so much more. In order to grasp the following concepts and give yourself full to them, a relationship with God must be at the forefront of your life. Spiritual counseling focuses your heart, mind, and soul on what truly matters in a relationship. This then lays the foundation and groundwork for walking close to God and eventually hand in hand with your spouse. You learn about yourself. Oh my God, do you? Your spiritual counseling is an investment in you. It is immensely more challenging to learn, much less care about someone else, their behavior, struggles, fears, if you don't know yourself. If you and your spouse are both lost in the same, neither of you will make it home. Learning about who you are opens the doors to understanding your spouse and giving them what they need. Yeah. Through this, you really learn yourself. It's a whole bunch I didn't know about myself that I was like, ooh, that's me. Oops. Sorry. All right. You learn about your spouse. You are given the opportunity to truly hear your spouse's concerns, fears, needs, wants, and more. It is beyond frustrating when assumptions are made on what you are planning to say. So let them speak. I ain't got that one mastered all the way. You'd be surprised at what your spouse shares when you let them. You might actually learn something. That's one thing I've learned. Like, oh, if I just be quiet and let me let him just get this all the way out. Boy, you know what you're talking about. Okay. A spiritual counselor makes a great facilitator, so everyone's voice can be heard. You are given the tools to endure in the good times as well as the bad times. It's important that you and your spouse safeguard your marriage. Problems will arise. However, with the necessary tools, the problems can be resolved peacefully. Since we are sometimes unaware that those necessary tools include spiritual management, a counselor will lead you to what will work for your relationship. Oh, I wasn't even calling out the numbers. We had number 5. You are given the tools to endure the good times as well as the bad times. Help save a family. So many relationships are salvageable if you want them to be salvageable, if the right tools are used. Remember, don't wait until the problems arise. Get fully equipped. Learn the compromises. And allow the counselor's word to take once you have passed through the storm. Remember, stay strong, beautiful, and unbothered. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you can get my next episodes.